US President Donald Trump is rejecting reports that Washington is running low on key weapons after months of fighting with Iran. Trump says the United States has massive amounts, according to him, of munitions and warns those leaking classified information could face long prison sentences. But behind the public assurances, questions are growing over America's missile stockpiles, production capacity, and ability to sustain multiple conflicts at the same time. More on this report.
President Trump is pushing back against reports of a possible U.S. weapons shortage. In a social media post, Trump said the United States has large reserves of munitions, with additional weapons being manufactured and shipped when needed. He accused officials suspected of leaking information about military supplies of making treasonous statements and said his administration would seek long-term jail sentences. The statement comes as the Pentagon faces questions over the condition of America's weapons inventory. The United States and Iran have exchanged strikes for months, with repeated pauses in fighting but no final agreement to end hostilities. Military analysts say the conflict has placed heavy demands on advanced weapon systems, particularly long-range precision missiles. CBS News, citing two sources familiar with the issue, reported that the United States has used a significant portion of its global stockpile of long-range precision missiles during the conflict. The Washington Post also reported that Trump confronted Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth over concerns about possible weapons shortages. The BBC has not independently verified those reports. Publicly available estimates suggest some U.S. missile inventories have declined. The Center for Strategic and International Studies estimates America's Patriot missile stockpile may have fallen from around 2,330 before the conflict to between 759 and 827 by the end of July. The think tank also estimates the United States has used about 60% of its THAAD missile interceptors designed to defend against incoming missile attacks. Pressure is not limited to the Iran conflict. Washington has supplied Ukraine with advanced weapons, including Patriot missile systems, since Russia's full-scale invasion in 2022. But analysts warn shrinking reserves could force the Pentagon to carefully balance support for allies with America's own military requirements. The Trump administration insists U.S. stockpiles remain strong. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth has called reports of shortages a manufactured story and says Washington is accelerating weapons production. Last month, Hegseth requested $87 billion in emergency funding to support military personnel and replenish equipment and munitions. The debate highlights a growing challenge for Washington, maintaining military readiness while supporting allies and sustaining operations across multiple regions. With modern missile systems expensive and difficult to replace, every strike carries not only a battlefield impact, but also a strategic cost.